How's it going, everybody? This is Darrin with guitarcontrol.com bringing this video lesson, and today I've got 3 fun and easy licks for you in the style of Mike Campbell. So right now Guitar Control is giving away this really awesome daily practice routine to improve your lead guitar chops. This was put together by our very own Silvio Gazquez, a 2-time Guitar Idol finalist. This routine covers the 4 main concepts that are necessary for lead guitar: alternate picking, legato, sweep picking, and tapping. All the tabs and exercises are all included in this free ebook. There's a link in the description where you can get yours. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at these. Alright, so for any of you that may not be aware of this, Mike Campbell is the lead guitar player for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and then he's done solo stuff, other band stuff. He's an extremely underrated player in my opinion. He just does some really neat things, some really neat combinations of stuff that hopefully you'll get something out of. Alright, so this first one we're going to look at here is from Stop Dragging My Heart Around. Alright, so that's the first part of it. We're just in E minor pentatonic, so I'm here on the 15th fret of the B string. I'm going to bend that up a full step. Some vibrato on there. Now, that rings out for 6 beats, so it's the whole first measure, and then it's the first 2 beats of the second measure. So you have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then starting on the downbeat of 3, we're going to move to the G string, so we're just moving right down in the same position in the pentatonic scale. So now my first finger is on the 12th fret, and my third finger is on the 14th fret. So I'm going to do a full step bend and release and then pull off from 14 to 12. So that's why we want to have both of these fingers down. And you can even take your second finger and put it here on the 13th fret so you get more leverage for the bend. Then we immediately go back to 14 on the G string. So. And then we go to the 14th fret on the D string and we hit that twice. So that's like and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's tied into that next measure. So that's the first part. Alright, and then from there, we've got this little, almost, like a little chord on the 14th fret of the D string and the 12th fret of the G string, and then the 15th fret of the B string. So we just hit that. We let that ring out, and then it does the same. Then I added in one more little thing here, so this is a little bit out of context, but this is just a little pull-off lick that he does in E minor pentatonic in the open position. It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to add ideas from this into your own licks. So we're just going to start here on the 3rd fret of the high E string, and we're going to pick that and pull to the open string. And then we're going to do the same thing on the B string. So now when we go to the G string, we're going to move from the 3rd fret down to the 2nd fret, and we're going to do that on the G string, the D string, and the A string. So we've got however you want to do it, whichever finger. I seem to favor my middle finger a lot when I'm doing things like that. Alright, so the next one here, this is something that I just recently found out that I didn't know. I can't believe I'd never heard of this before, but I think it was Don Henley. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, because I'm just brain farting right now, but had a song in the 80s, The Boys of Summer. Well, as it turns out, Mike Campbell actually wrote that song, and then he wrote all the music for it, and then he ended up recording it and producing it, I believe. Anyway, at the end of that song, it has this really neat, just melodic play out at the end of it that I always kind of liked, and then it turns out that it's Mike Campbell. So for this one here, we're actually going to be using an arpeggio shape that I've done a couple of different lessons on. So what it is it's the shape that looks like a regular D major chord. So, but we're not going to play it like that. We're going to play the notes separately. So we're going to come up here to the 6th fret on the high E string with your first finger. Then we're going to go to the 9th fret on the B string with your 4th finger, and then back to 6 again on the high E. Then we're going to, so that's the first measure. So then starting on the second measure, with your middle finger, we're going to go to the 7th fret on the B string, and then with your first finger to the 6th fret on the G string. So we get that major arpeggio shape, like I said, that we did before. Whoops. Then after we hit that 6 on the G string, we just go back to the 7th fret on the B string. And then that whole sequence repeats 3 times, I believe. So you got it. Alright, so after you repeat that 3 times, then it goes into this I just think it's really neat how he kind of mixed these different ideas together. So now what we're going to do is your first finger is here on the 6th fret of the G string, and then you're going to want to take your middle finger and you're going to want to put it on the 7th fret of the B string. So we're going to pick the G string, and then you're going to do a hammer on with your 3rd finger to the 8th fret. And then follow that with that 7th fret on the B string, and then that just repeats 3 times. Okay, and then at the end of it, it's got this kind of a little climb. So we the pick, hammer to the B string. Okay, so that's the first measure of this section. I guess it's actually the 3rd measure of the sequence here on the transcription. So then this last 7th fret here on the B string actually is on the downbeat of 1 of the 4th measure. Then we go back to that 8 on the G string, back to 7 on the B string, then to 9 on the B string, then to 6 on the high E, back to 9 on the B string, and back to that 6, and then that whole thing would repeat. So you got... Alright, and then the last one to look at here is, this is from the solo for Refugee. And he plays this kind of quick, but I'm gonna play it. We're gonna work on it slower because it's something you'll have to kind of work, to build up the speed. And what's just kind of neat about this is it's just an idea of he's ascending a sequence, but he's doing it on a single string. So we're gonna start off. We've got this same kind of garden variety bend that we've been doing. So now we're in F sharp minor pentatonic. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, on the 4th fret of the G string with my 3rd finger, and then I'm going to use my 1st and 2nd fingers on the 2nd and 3rd frets, just so I can get some leverage, because we're going to do a full step bend, and down this far on the neck, there's a lot more tension, so it's a lot harder. So we rest 1, 2, 3, and. So on the and of 3, we're going to bend that. Then the downbeat of 4, we go to the 2nd fret on the B string. And then the and of 4, we go to the 5th fret, and we do another full step bend. So that's like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. And then on the downbeat of 1, on the 2nd measure, we go to the 2nd fret of the high E string, back to that 5th fret of the B string, back to the 2nd fret of the high string. So this is 1 and 2, 3, and then we start doing this climb. So this is, we hit this on the downbeat of 2, and it's tied, so it's all of beat 2, and then it's tied to the downbeat of 3. And then on the and of 3, we slide to the 4th fret, and then on the downbeat of 4, we pick that 4, that same, we're on the 4th fret, and we pick that and slide to 5 on the and of 4. So we've got this. Now we're going to go 5 to 7, 7 to 9, 9 to 12, back, and then 12 back to 9. So. And then finally, we're going to, you're going to be ending here with your first finger on the 9th fret of the high E. Then we're going to grab the 12th fret. I'm going to use my 3rd finger here and my 2nd finger on the 11th fret for leverage. And we're going to do a full step bend with some vibrato. So. Alright, so there you have it. 3 fun, not too terribly difficult licks to play in the style of Mike Campbell. So if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this or other guitar-related topics. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.